Hello everyone, how are you all? Welcome to my channel. So today we'll be making street style pav bhaji. I promise you'll get the perfect taste and perfect texture if you follow all the steps. So we need 4 finely chopped tomatoes, 3 boiled and smashed potatoes, half a capsicum, 2 onions finely chopped, some coriander leaves, 1 and 1/4 cup boiled vegetables. Here I have cauliflower and green peas, 2 green chilies finely chopped, 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter for bhaji, 1 minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, 2 to 3 tablespoons of pav bhaji masala. Add 2 tablespoons of butter in a kadhai. Take a big kadhai. Pav bhaji is traditionally made on a iron tawa, a big iron tawa. If you see all street side pav bhaji vendors, they make it on tawa. We don't have that big tawa at our home, so here I am using aluminum kadhai. The kadhai should be big enough because we need to mix the pav bhaji really well, and big kadhai would help us to do that. And if you are making pav bhaji in smaller quantity, then you can always use the tawa you have. Please pardon my fingers coming near the camera because I was checking the angle. Also, I forgot to mention I added 1 teaspoon of oil before adding the butter, because butter heats up very fast and it kind of tends to burn. So to prevent the burning of the butter, we need to add a little amount of oil. At this stage, we'll be adding the green chilies and minced garlic. Remember, the pav bhaji masala has long and red chili powder to it. It also has black pepper, so it is already to the spiciest side. If you can't tolerate the spiciest level of this pav bhaji masala, you can totally skip adding green chilies here. We'll be adding pav bhaji masala in some intervals to this recipe, so that's the reason I'm telling you to skip green chilies if you can't handle. Mix this mixture nicely. You'll now have the aroma of butter, garlic in your entire room. Trust me, the smell is heavenly. At this stage, we'll be adding the chopped onions to this. Just saute the onions a little bit. Until you see all the onions are coated nicely with the butter. Here we need to make the onions slightly translucent. It'll take some 3 to 4 minutes. So now when you see onions are translucent enough and the butter is floating on it, this is the time to add our capsicum. Now we need to do the same thing with the capsicum. We need to make the capsicum a little bit translucent. At this stage, you need to add tomatoes to it and some salt to taste. Now here, salt will help tomatoes to cook nicely and properly. I added a pinch of turmeric here. So you can totally skip adding turmeric because it's not necessary at all. The reason I added it because at my place no food is made without turmeric, so I had to add the turmeric here. Now when you see the tomatoes have become a little mushy, they have released their water, add little amount of salt. Remember, the butter also has salt in it, so be conscious little to add salt in this recipe. After you see the tomatoes have cooked 70%, they have released their water. Now it's time to add 1 teaspoon of red chili powder and 2 tablespoons of pav bhaji masala. So the logic here of adding the spices is that we need to give enough time to the spices to cook with the masala, because at the later stage we need to cook this pav bhaji really well till it changes its color. So when you have enough time for the masalas to cook, your pav bhaji will taste ultimate. You need to cook this mixture till it is completely mushy. So this process is very crucial because you need to continuously mix the mixture or else it will stick at the bottom. So this process will now take some time. It would take maybe 5 to 6 minutes to become the desired consistency we want. I know this recipe takes a bit time to be prepared. It's a bit time consuming, but trust me, you'll end up having the yummiest pav bhaji in your life. Trust me on that. So now when you see tomatoes are cooked properly, the butter has been floating on the top. This is the right time to add vegetables to it. I only had cauliflowers and some peas, so I'm adding that. And now you need to mix this. This will take 2 to 3 minutes. At this stage you can even smash the cauliflowers. So when you see all the mixture is well combined, there comes a very crucial stage, a very important stage you need to follow is adding coriander here. Yes, this is a step I have seen many people skip this. Adding coriander while the pav bhaji is cooking just elevates the taste of your pav bhaji to some another level. Mix all these ingredients well, and this is the stage where you will be adding the boiled and smashed potatoes to your mixture. Now we need to mix all the potatoes, cauliflower and all the masalas in together. At this stage we need to add 1 cup of water to our pav bhaji to adjust the consistency of our pav bhaji, because the pav bhaji tends to dry out while cooking. So to adjust the consistency we need to do that. Once this mixture comes to a boil, we need to mash this mixture with a pav bhaji smasher. Little careful while smashing the pav bhaji, because we are using kadhai here and kadhai can turn over. Take a holder, hold the kadhai and then smash the pav bhaji. So have you guys ever observed the pav bhaji vendor? He just has a very big iron tawa. He just arranges all the boiled vegetables at the edge of the tawa. Whenever you will give the order to him, he'll take some butter, he'll add pav bhaji masala to it, he'll add the coriander and the boiled sabjis to it. Adding water, he'll serve that to you. We are going to follow exactly the same process. We are going to add butter and pav bhaji masala at some intervals in our recipe. So this will give the street taste to our recipe. If you feel your pav bhaji is becoming dry, you can always add 1/4 cup of water to it. So you see, pav bhaji is always cooking on the tawa and we are doing the same thing here. The idea is to continuously cook the pav bhaji till it changes its color.